The following is an excerpt from my brand new audiobook, Millions of Little Threads. The complete audiobook is available now, and you can find it through the link in the description below. At 1 hour long, it's an accessible but intense listen, and at just $3.99, it costs about the same as a cup of coffee. In it, we explore a near-future world where brain-machine interfaces have become the norm. A brain-machine interface, or BMI, is a device that interacts with the user's brain signals, allowing the user to control it with their mind alone. The story reflects on themes like the nature of progress, of technology, and of what it means to find oneself caught in the whirlpool of existence. If you enjoy speculative fiction or philosophical content somewhere between Kafka and Black Mirror, or would like to hear me explore darker and more complex themes, which at times might extend beyond the boundaries for what is suitable for YouTube, I think you'll really enjoy this story. Now, onto the preview. Kennedy sat while an automated voice called out names over the lobby's speaker system. While he waited, he used an AR application that allowed him to watch the real-time perspective of other people who live-streamed their lives and sold their decisions and actions to their audience. He watched one of his favorite streamers, named Pico, who often did man-on-the-street stuff, asking random people questions and doing absurd things in public spaces. Kennedy found him completely obnoxious, but there was something about watching another person's madness that made him feel saner. He did this for several hours and still had not yet been called. He could have sworn he had gotten there before several of the other people who had been called in. As Kennedy was beginning to think something was wrong, the automated voice said, "Now serving Kennedy Weatherly in room number 103. Kennedy quickly jumped up, exhaling with relief. 2 doors opened at the front of the lobby, next to where he scanned in. Once inside, Kennedy walked down a long corridor. Sleek metal doors lined both sides of the hall. He read the room numbers as he passed by them. It felt like the hall went on forever. When Kennedy finally approached a door that read number 103, it opened automatically. He poked his head inside. There was no one. Just a surgical chair in the middle of the room, 2 white bionic arms that looked like prosthetic human arms, and several other pieces of sleek machinery. Please confirm your identity by stating your name and displaying your ID, an automated voice said. Kennedy did as he was instructed, and the door closed behind him. Thank you. You may take a seat, Kennedy, the voice continued. Kennedy sat in the surgical chair. A red light on the side of the chair turned green. One of the robotic arms moved toward him and handed him a small metal cup containing 3 pills. Please swallow all 3 tablets. These are conscious sedation tablets. They will help you relax and block any pain during the procedure. Kennedy took the cup, and the robotic arm retrieved a small bottle of water and handed it to him. Please confirm once you have taken the tablets. Kennedy swallowed them. I have taken the tablets, Kennedy said. The chair reclined and raised up slightly. A minute passed and nothing happened. Then, Kennedy began to feel a soothing surge of bliss swell up from his chest and wash over his body. The world outside of him dissolved away along with the sense of self. Everything felt good. He felt an intimation of hope for what could be. He softly smiled and his eyes rolled back. Please keep your head straight and stay as still as possible, the voice said. A helmet-like, half-dome-shaped device moved onto Kennedy's head. It began scanning his brain while simultaneously drilling a small hole into his skull. Once a small dime-sized hole had been drilled, the machine discarded the piece of his skull and began implanting hundreds of tiny threads, each with hundreds of independent electrode arrays, connecting hundreds of thousands of electrodes to neurons throughout Kennedy's brain. It then implanted the Learn a BMI device into the hole, which was connected to all the threads on the other side. Finally, it coated over and sealed the device in with a skin-like superglue. Please remain in your seat until further instructions. It should take around 30 minutes for the sedation tablets to wear off. Kennedy felt a slight pain in his head, but it was mild and offset by his growing excitement and anticipation. After 30 minutes passed, the chair returned to its upright position. Congratulations. You are now fully integrated. You can activate your BMI by holding down the button on the top of your device for 3 seconds. Before exiting, please be sure to take your Learn a BMI 6S package with you, which contains your instruction manual and wireless charging port. Please note that you must be within 20 feet of your port to ensure reliable charging speed. If you experience any issues or complications, please visit Learn a Support for additional assistance. A brief silence filled the room. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Kennedy got up, grabbed the small circular box on a stand over by the door, and then left back down the hallway. He arrived back at his apartment. Once inside, he sat on his couch, paused for a moment, and then held down the button on top of his head. A heads-up display screen appeared in front of him, but it wasn't in front of him. It was inside his head. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to hear the rest of the story, the complete audiobook is available now. You can find the link to it in the description below. Once you purchase it, you will be able to download the audiobook file directly, which you can listen to on any device, anywhere, even while offline. I've been wanting to create a collection of mid-length audiobooks for a while now, and if this one is well received, it will be the first of more to come, so I would love to hear what you think. Through this medium, I can explore darker and more complex themes, use language and cover topics potentially inappropriate for YouTube, and develop longer, more fleshed out ideas, all without any limitations or restrictions, concerns about algorithms, or constraints associated with video or book format. The audiobook is 1 hour long and costs only $3.99, and as a special thank you, anyone who downloads it in the first 48 hours will also receive a free ebook file of my debut book, Notes from the End of Everything. As always, regardless of whether you get the audiobook, thank you so much for your continued support in any and all the ways you do. All regular content will continue as usual and remain completely free. My goal is to continue to thoughtfully build and expand the content offering under the Pursuit of Wonder umbrella into all sorts of mediums, and your support and purchases directly contribute to this growth toward continuously bigger and more ambitious projects in the future. So again, thank you.